Blessings. I am Nam Shakti, and I have been thinking a lot about the power of our mind and really the power of self-love and how important it is that we love ourselves, that we truly, truly love ourselves, that we are in a place of walking with God. And what I mean by walking with God is that we surrender 100% to that divine power that's within us. And okay, how do we do that, right? Like most of us don't even know what that means, and that's okay. So the way we align ourselves with the divine power of God is that we acknowledge that divine presence. We call it forth. We say, I know that I am divine. I know this vessel is divine. I know that God is within me in every part of my being. And this is about reprogramming ourselves. We are reprogramming our DNA. We are reprogramming our thoughts. We are reprogramming everything that we do, the way that we think, the way that we see, the way that we hear, the way that we touch, the way that we feel. It's so important that we align ourselves with that power of God, because when it is God that's flowing through us as us, when you allow that power to truly make decisions for you, then you can really allow yourself to flow with the presence of God, flow with that divine power that's within us. And it all has to do with self-love. It really does. Look at your thoughts. How are you thinking about yourself? What are you telling yourself who you are? So you have two persons here. You have your little self, and then you have your high self. Your little self is what society has made you think you are. That is your family, that is your neighbors, that is your school, that is your friends, that is your enemies, everyone. This is what people think you are, and they have labeled you. And this is what you're thinking you are. So someone say you are dumb. If someone say that you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not skinny enough, or you're not thick enough, or whatever it is, you have been programming yourself, and you keep going through that same cycle of keep repeating this to yourself, because this is what society wants you to think you are. That's your little self. And then you have your high self, which is perfect, which is whole, which is complete, which is divine, which flows with the energy of God. And it is in a place of high consciousness. It is evolving, it's growing. This high self is always connected to God, because that's who you truly are. This is who you truly are. So the little self doesn't love itself. And this is why watching and being conscious of how you're talking to yourself. Monitor that. Monitor how you're talking to yourself. Monitor what is coming in your conscious. Because maybe you're not even being conscious or aware of how you're thinking, or how you're telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you're a failure, that everything is just going wrong in your life, and how things are always going to keep coming wrong. Oh, this happened, what next? What other thing is going to happen? So it's important that when we're thinking negatively, that we can acknowledge, okay, I'm saying this, but that is not true. That is not who I am. I am love, I am beauty, I am joy, I'm happiness, I'm smart, I am capable. I can do this. I can go forward because I'm a smart person. You got to tell yourself this, because it is true. You are capable of doing anything you put your mind to it, because you carry that divine essence within you. You carry that power of the divine in every part of your being. So this essence, this vessel right here is just a vessel of carrying the holiness, that spirit of God. It is all God right now. God is flowing through us as us. But the little self gets in the way of your success, of your happiness, of having good relationships. Because the little self, it is egoistic. It is based on domination, trying to dominate others, and trying to be better than others, competitive with others. The high self is motivation, is creative, has creative ideas, is loving, it prays for others. The high self knows when there's a problem, when a person is not aligning themselves with their divine essence. It prays for them. It knows the good for them. It knows the highest for them. The little self doesn't. It feels hurt. As an ego, it feels hurt. It wants to be competitive. I notice that when I go running, I say good morning to a lot of women, and a lot of women just look down. And I notice, and my heart just pours myself out to them. And I'm like, bless you. This is about changing the consciousness of the world, about changing who we are so we can love ourselves. And we can love ourselves exactly as we are and know that we have creative ideas, that we are creative, that each one of us is unique. That I don't have to be like you. You don't have to be like me. We don't have to be alike. That I hold my gifts. You hold your gifts. And together, we can accomplish so much. So this is about walking with the high self, loving ourselves, coming from a place of love. Because this is what happens, is that the more you're talking negative, the more you're talking so bad to yourself, that you start vibrating that. Your aura starts vibrating that. Your field starts vibrating that. Your thoughts are seeds. They're going into the soul. You're putting the seed down, and negativity is coming out. And you're attracting more drama. You're attracting bad relationships. You're attracting negative situations in your life. And this is not bad, because there's no good, there's no bad. We're learning. We're in a learning process. But this is about being conscious, about loving ourselves, being in that place of love, loving our vessel, loving who we are. So our thoughts correspond to the emotional energies that discharge themselves every day through our aura field. So as we're feeling, as the thought comes in, the emotion connects with it, and then we're vibrating that. And people feel it. You walk in a room and you can feel the person, how they're feeling. If they're anxious, if you're really connected, you're really feeling, you can feel it. Something's off. You can feel it when something's off with your honey. You can feel it when something's off with someone. It's because you feel those energies. We are energetic beings. So my message today, is really for you to connect yourself with love and loving yourself. And really, if there's a place in you that you feel like you're stuck, it's really all has to come with self-love. Love yourself. When you love yourself so deeply, when you love yourself, you won't accept nothing less than a good relationship, nothing less than a good job, nothing less than just being aligned with God. And everything flows for you, because God will work with you. God will open opportunities. When one door closes, when someone says no to you, when someone says no, you cannot come to the school, no, you cannot do this, a new door will open, and endless possibilities are available for you. And this is why when we love ourselves, when we align ourselves with God, when we align ourselves with our high self, we are in that place of flowing, of going with the flow. And just listen to the kind of music you're listening to. What are you programming in your mind? What are you telling yourself? How is it that you're vibrating? Feel it. Be in that space of feeling. How am I saying this? Write down everything you're saying to yourself and say, I have to change this. I have to come from a place of love. This is how it works. This is how high consciousness works. It's taking it day by day by day. I love you, and please comment below if you're feeling me and just riding with me in this flow of love. I love you guys. I truly, truly do. Blessings.